Welcome to Shadow Daddy Groupies, a podcast where we read fantasy books. We're Raven and Kelly. Get ready for us to bring you our unhinged book recommendations and even worse taste in men.
Welcome to Shadow Daddy Groupies. I'm Raven.
Okay, redo that. That was terrible. Take a deep breath. And
Welcome to Shadow Daddy Groupies. I'm Raven.
I'm Kelly. And today we're gonna talk about Nocticadia by Keri Lake. Do I need to redo that?
No?
Okay, great. Okay, so before we get started, I'm gonna do a very short summary of the book so that if you decide that you want to read this book and not go through the whole episode with spoilers, because we do spoilers on this podcast, then you can listen to the summary, shut us off, and listen to us later. Okay, so Nocticadia by Keri Lake. This is a spicy, dark romance
hold
about
on.
a college student who gets accepted into an elite Ivy League school after writing an essay about a mysterious illness that her mother had succumbed to years prior. Lilia is a smart and stubborn student bent on finding a way into studying this disease with its primary researcher, the dark, mysterious, and broody Dr. Bramwell. Check your triggers. There are lots of dark elements in this student professor forbidden romance. So, Raven, what did you think of the book?
Mm,
No, I loved it. Don't
okay,
hate
I have to do this. I have to pop the cherry. This was my first DNF.
me. What? You didn't even
I
finish
couldn't
it?
finish. I tried. I got 6 more% in, and I was like, this is just not my style. I just couldn't.
Wait, you only read 6% of the book?
No, I read 6% more than what I'd already. So I read like 86% of the book. Yes, I know it's our first DNF. I still know what the book's about, but geez Louise, it's not that academia book was not for me.
Okay, so Kelly's top tropes include uh what did we have last week? We had the unreliable narrator and dark academia. I love dark academia, and this was totally up my alley, even though I'm not always a uh dark romance reader. I love academia books. And I loved the main character. She's not stupid. I actually did. So, my undergraduate degree is in biology, and I did undergraduate biology. Shit, let me start over. My undergraduate degree is in biology, and I did undergraduate research in cell physiology. So, there were like moments in this book where I just felt so I was like reminiscing about my college
Like the
days,
lab and
the
the
lab, yeah.
yeah.
And obviously,
I
some of it is, surface level. They're not gonna like get into the nitty-gritty of the science per se. But I loved Bramwell. I feel like he was one of my if I don't like, I'm not always a morally black more girl, and but I do love me some morally gray, and I feel like he was the perfect um mix of everything to make him morally gray. I loved him, and I loved his
I
dirty mouth. I don't know. This was like a 5-star read for me. And so much so that I think after this, I'm gonna immediately start another Keri Lake book. I loved her writing. I can't
Woo!
believe, like, I loved this book. I'm shocked that you
I
DNF'd.
do like academia, but I do not like the
Okay, name an academia book you like before you just say that you like academia.
well, there's Fourth Wing. It's a little bit of academia and dragons, but I like the
Okay.
more magic aspect, not the more realistic, I guess, because it was more realistic. I didn't.
Hmm.
I if they had like powers, maybe I'd be up for it. But
Yeah. Okay.
I
Yeah. There's
like,
not. No, they're just humans. They don't really have powers. The
I
only
know.
like. Uh. Yeah. Okay. I get that.
I don't know. There's a lot of books. I have a lot of different ones, but yeah, I don't
Because you
know.
didn't like Zodiac Academy either. But just to say, if you hated Zodiac Academy, Nocticadia is nothing like Zodiac Academy. So don't compare the
I
two.
will
But
even
I'm
say
just
they're not
saying.
the same.
But just that the fact that they're both considered dark academia. Um, yeah, this was like everything that I, yeah, I loved
Yeah,
it.
I think I just told my friend we were on FaceTime. I was like, I think the reason why I wasn't so like uh, up for the professor, that whole professor student thing, I was like, because none of my professors were ever hot. Like I,
Mm,
uh, and then I just couldn't
okay.
picture it, and I feel like I had to go look at fan art to get an idea because I wanted a really good idea of what this man was like, and I mean he. Uh, mm, I don't
Okay,
know.
so
There's a lot of mixed.
I never had a hot professor in my 6 years of undergraduate and graduate school. But I did have some hot teachers in high school. And with
Oh
that
God.
said, no, I never did anything with my professors and, or sorry, my high school teachers or my professors. And no, none of them creeped on me like that either. Not the hot ones, only the old gross ones creeped on the girls.
She only likes
Um,
reading about it.
but I did have some hot high school professors where I'm like, as an adult, I'm like, what are they up to? No, I'm just kidding. Are they
We
still
had,
hot?
I think we had one at our, oh no, like three of the, since I've been out of high school in, I don't even know, 2010, 11, something, 11. Um, since I've been out of high school, three of our football player coaches have been arrested for pedophilia and stuff like that. So, my high school is great.
Yeah. Oof. That's definitely problematic. I I don't know if I want to say that much more on the subject of high school teachers, but I really liked the main female character. I didn't find her whiny. I actually felt like she was uh believable, you know. Okay, there was a couple of characters that would hit on her and she's just like not interested and she's kind of a little bit mean to them and I loved that for her. She's like get
I did.
away from me.
I At the beginning, she definitely was very standoffish. I like that. Um,
Yeah.
I was flying high, um, on the desk and the voyeurism scene. I was like, heck yeah, this is my shit, man. I just had to get through the worst like chapters at the beginning, and then now I got here, and I'm like, okay, I like this, and it just started to tinker off, and now I mean the spice is great.
I loved the spice too. The scene above the library was great.
I liked I
I
liked.
kind of like the fact that they used condoms. I felt like,
Yes, I
you
was
know,
gonna say that.
um, in a lot of the contemporary romances that I read, I've noticed a lot of authors are having the use of condoms versus like in the fantasy realm, condoms don't exist, right? They always have contraceptive tonics. And but I kind of like that uh aspect in books lately.
I've
Oh,
read like maybe I would say probably three that actually mention using condoms.
so Emily Henry is a contemporary romance author that I read a lot of, and almost all of her books, I think all of her books, they always use condoms. Um,
Did she feel the condom in her veins?
God, no, I've
Do you,
never, ugh.
no, do you
Okay,
remember the what you said about There's always something that she's on about. The light bulb in my throat. A
I'm gonna
con
send that. I'm gonna send that to her. In your next book, I want you to write,
a
I felt the
condom.
condom in my veins. Okay,
It
so
absorbed.
but with actually I think I need to circle back because I might have a professor student thing because one of my favorite like couples in Zodiac Academy is the professor student couple. I Professor Orion, ugh, I loved him. That's like part of the reason that I didn't DNF Zodiac Academy until book 7.
I think the world would have to be in a lot worse turmoil, knock on wood, than it is now for me to read Zodiac Academy.
I'm not gonna push Zodiac Academy on you because I feel like
Not
uh
ready.
well, okay, here's the thing about it is yes, it's a very long, complex universe. Um, but with that said, um, I feel like it's a mood read. Like you have to be in the right mood because it is so cringy. And you have to be willing to accept that it's cringy and that's part of its charm. Okay, so these two authors, I think they're sisters maybe, who co-wrote the series together. They wrote another book um called Never Keep.
Ooh, I saw
And
that one.
I read that one first. And then I have not read the second one that came out recently. And I actually have not looked this up, but I do know that they are like they self-published Zodiac Academy and they have been very resistant to any help. And that's like one of the biggest things about comments about it is like this series needs massive editing and they refuse to let anyone go in and edit and I don't know why, but when I read Never Keep and I read it first, I don't know if it was traditionally published or not, but I don't remember reading it being like, wow, this really needs some editing other than the fact that I felt like it was too long.
Mhm.
So I feel like maybe, and I haven't looked this up, that maybe Never Keep got better editing. And it is I actually didn't like it, but now that I've read Zodiac Academy, I feel like I understand Never Keep better.
Okay.
Even though the two like series are at this point, there's no crossover between them. It's like the same exact magic system. But I
Mhm.
felt like I was so confused about the magic system and Never Keep. And then I went and I read Zodiac Academy and it's explained better or like it's more understandable. And then I was like, oh, now I understand what the fuck they were talking about in Never Keep. So even though you don't have to read Zodiac Academy, I'm losing you. You're like falling asleep on me.
No, I was moving my thing, but I'm just listening.
Even though you don't need to read Zodiac Academy to read Never Keep, I in my brain, I kind of feel like you do a little bit because I felt like if you hadn't read Zodiac Academy, I felt like the magic system was a little bit confusing for a first timer reading Never Keep.
All right. Sum that up because we're not talking about Zodiac Academy.
I'm just talking
Oh,
about Dark
another.
Academia books now.
That's okay.
Another series that I really liked, if you like Academia, was and I haven't finished it, so I read Atlas 6. Loved Atlas 6. The second book didn't love as much, and so I haven't finished the series. Um, what's another Dark Academia book that I just ate up?
Okay. Now, is it magic based in Atlas 6?
Okay, so Atlas 6, there is a secret society that recruits people with magic.
Hmm.
And their magic uh can be all over the place, but they usually only pick like one person for one type of magic.
Yeah.
And and it's like a very intensive, like almost like PhD program. And I think there's 6 people that they pick, and they're told at the end of the year, 5 of you will get accepted into the second year.
Hmm.
And you do like 1 year of very intense study, and whoever's like at the bottom of the class basically gets kicked out, and 5 of you get to continue on. And then once you finish the whole program, you're a part of the secret society forever. And there is lots of twists and turns, and they have POVs basically of every single character, and you get to learn their backstory and blah blah blah. And I just felt like the characters were just so well written. It is a little bit, it's not really super fast paced,
Hmm.
but I just felt like the characters were so good in Atlas 6.
Um,
Um,
Direbound was Academia.
ooh, love Direbound. Loved
Found
Fourth Wing.
Dragon Found with a bald baddie.
Was that considered academia? I
What?
guess if that's considered academia, then Silver Elite is considered academia.
Yes.
Okay, there's this other series that I've also only read the first book, and it's something like Graduate something that's also pretty good,
I
but
have
there
this.
it's a bell pepper.
I have this alchemy
Um,
book that I want to read.
what's it called?
A Forbidden Alchemy. One of the
Ooh.
girls that is like really popular in book talk, and she like reviews books sometimes and all that, and she wrote it. And I remember she was publishing it and it was going out, and I was like, all right, I
Oh.
pre-ordered it.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Stacy
I
McEwen.
Okay. Well, you read it, tell me how it is, and maybe I'll read it too.
I think I might start
Okay.
that next.
I need to it's on my Goodreads. Anyway, there maybe I'll make a post on like some of my favorite dark academia books because I do really like um those kind of books. But anyway, Kelly rates this a 5 stars. I felt Bramwell was, as far as morally gray men go, he does some really bad stuff in the beginning, murder, stuff like that, torture, experimentation. But then when you learn why, did you ever learn the why behind why he kidnapped that guy?
Yeah, wasn't he trying to get whatever from the worms to help himself since he can't feel anything?
Okay.
Anyway, I didn't finish it, so please tell me what I
Okay.
missed.
So in the beginning of the book, he kidnaps basically a homeless man. And he talks about how this homeless man is a piece of shit. He's hiding from the law because he is a severe alcoholic that beat his son so bad that his son is now like permanently brain damaged. Then he infects this man with this parasite. He's doing an experimentation on him, and he basically says, like, you're gonna die a horrible slow death because you're a piece of shit. And he is using the the body as like an incubator so that he can
Hmm.
extract the toxin to do tests with the toxin, but the toxin is helping him. And at the end of the book, you find out that Bramwell's twin brother was murdered, tortured and murdered.
Hmm.
And this guy was one of the people that did it to his brother. And that's why he picked him.
Which the guy that was already in a cell?
The alcoholic piece of shit kidnapped his brother when he was like 17, and his brother was tortured and murdered.
He didn't already know that?
Bramwell knew that. That's why he picked him.
Okay. And I know Angelo.
Angela was also involved.
Did he ever
Hmm.
get Angelo?
Yes, he did. Um,
That's not surprising though. He tortured that guy, so I don't feel like that's like it's just
but
surprising
that's
that
what, to
he ended
me,
up being
that's what makes Bramwell go from morally black to morally gray, right? You have this man, you're like, oh my God, he's like torturing this poor man. Like, and then you're like, oh, this man's kind of a piece of shit. So, and then you learn that he didn't just randomly pick this piece of shit man up. He picked him because he murdered his twin brother. Well, at the end of the book, you find out his twin brother is still alive.
I knew it.
And my favorite part of this whole fucking book is the epilogue when Lilia has this sister who is in boarding school. And she's not really a big part of the book. And for the entire book, I'm like, why is this sister even part of this book? It's like a distraction. She's not adding anything to the book. And in the epilogue,
Added struggle.
she's texting her sister and she's like, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. I'm really excited for you to come visit me at this school during winter break because she bought her grandparents' house and they're like remodeling it. And she says, I'm not going to tell my sister that I'm dating my professor, but I am going to introduce them. And then her sister says, yeah, I'm really excited to meet you. Everything's going really well. We just got this really sexy new professor. And her sister's like, well, I can't say anything. Like, I'm kind of doing the same thing. And she's like, well, just be careful. Like, he is your professor, blah, blah, blah. And her sister's like, I know everybody has this thing for him, blah, blah. I know better. I'm not going to. But here's a picture of him. And it's fucking Bramwell's brother. It's her little sister's professor. And I was like, oh my God, that's such a great ending. And Keri said that she's not doing a sequel, but I'm like, come on, I want a sequel. I want Bramwell's brother to have a happy ending.
I mean, he does, essentially. He's not dead.
Yeah, he's not dead, but he's like suffering from a ton of PTSD. So Angelo ended up selling him to someone that basically used and abused him and sold him to other people to like rape and torture for years. And then they did torture experiments where they would like basically convinced him that his brother was the reason that he was there, and his brother was the one that was involved in his kidnapping and brainwashed him. And so that's why he was trying to destroy his brother's life, was because these guys like had brainwashed him. And anyway, it was
so how
a little unbelievable at that point, but I get why she did it that way. I didn't really like the brother coming back thing. I thought that Bramwell was going to... So this is what I thought. I thought the reason that every time someone was like, oh, Bramwell beat me up. Oh, Bramwell did this. And he's like, no, I didn't. I thought maybe he was taking the toxin and it was making him have like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing. And he was blacking out and doing these things. And the toxin was making him do them.
I could see
That's
that.
what I thought was happening.
No, what happened to the girl that went missing?
Oh, okay. So I forgot his name, like Lippenstein.
Oh, yeah, Lippenstopper.
Lippenstopper. I don't know. Okay, so he had gotten Lilia into the school. And when he saw her, realized that her mother was part of the original case study. He had gotten her pregnant and was Lilia's father. But Lilia's mother had told him that she had run away. And then when they found each other again, she was like, oh, I had a miscarriage. I don't have a daughter. I don't have anyone. And so when he saw Lilia, he was like, this bitch lied to me. This is my daughter. And starts sabotaging her.
Mhm.
Well, when um
I did read all
to-
this for the record. Just want you guys to know I'm not agreeing it because I didn't read this part.
um so the Lipin whatever was Bramwell's father's main research partner,
Mhm.
and the female professor, I forgot her name, was their like assistant, like the one that like took notes and cleaned the lab and stuff. So she had access to all their notes. And when Lipin whatever got Lilia's mom pregnant, Bramwell's dad fired him. He in turn sabotaged the study by killing all those women. He had switched out their injections and caused them to all drown themselves. And when um, the female professor had been told to destroy all the notes, she didn't, and she saved them on a hard drive. And so she had tried to get Lilia to break up with Dr. Bramwell by promising to give her the hard drive. Well,
Mhm.
somehow, I forgot how, Dr. Bramwell gets the hard drive. And when he uploads the hard drive, um, she he also finds a video of missing footage of when that girl disappeared. There was missing video footage, like there was a glitch. Well, this female professor had it the whole time, and she saved it on the hard drive with all of the old experiment stuff that proves that he killed those women.
Mhm.
And on the hard drive, it shows um him and this girl, Mel or Mal, I forgot her name now.
Mel.
Yeah, having a relationship, like they're hooking up. And then it shows that the girl had come to her and said, I have all of this stuff that proves why these girls died. And it points to Dr. What's his name? Well, this girl didn't know that Mel was having a relationship with him. So she like attacks her and hits her over the head and then runs to her boyfriend and is like, "Help me clean up this mess. I killed this woman." And so she leaves. He comes down and shoves her in the incinerator. And then turns it on. When he turns it on, she wakes up because she's not dead. And he doesn't turn it off, and he watches her burn alive.
That's pretty
And
dark.
it's really dark. So
Wow.
he
I was not
he's
expecting that.
yeah, so he's the one that killed her to try to like protect himself because he knew that she had information about how he killed all those other women.
Mhm.
And then lets Dr. Bramwell take the blame. But he doesn't obviously get what uh he gets let off because he obviously did Bramwell didn't do it, and there's no evidence, and her
Mhm.
body's been incinerated, so there's no body. But that's what happened to her.
That's crazy. I was not expecting that.
It was a good twist. Yeah, it was a good twist. I liked that twist better than the brother coming back.
Yeah, I had a feeling that he wasn't dead. A lot of the stuff that like throughout the book I could kind of like predict. It's a little
Yeah.
predictable, and I was like, oh well, this is what's gonna happen, this is what's gonna happen, and it happened, and so on. What was your favorite part?
I really liked the spicy scenes. I loved his dirty mouth. Um,
Mm.
and I loved the sciencey stuff. I did. I love the sciencey stuff. I know I can understand why someone would feel like it weighed down the plot and made it slow, but I liked it. Um, it just like it gave me kind of like these,
Reminiscing.
yeah, let me reminisce.
I know, it made me want to write. Did you hear me?
No, I didn't hear what you
I
said.
said it made me want to write.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it did. Same. And I definitely Yeah, I would say out of my morally gray book boyfriends, Bramwell's is in the top.
All
Like
right.
yeah, I really liked him.
I feel like this is what you do to me whenever I'm like, you're like, okay. And I'm
Yeah,
like, it's
right.
number one. I
He's not
feel,
he might not be number one. Like
yeah,
Rhysand and Xaden are definitely maybe a little higher, but
he's got a good
uh,
mouth for a lot of things. Sorry.
uh, yes.
I was like, man, the whatever tension and like the ability to hold back was so impressive. Except he didn't because he gets in
Except
the
he did it.
shower.
He's like, there was this one kind of long scene where they get into bed together, and he's like, "We're not doing this." And then, like, half a chapter later, they did it. He's like, "We're not doing this." And then they fall asleep. And then they wake up, and he's like, "We're not doing this." And they fall asleep. And then he wake up, and he's like, "Okay."
Is that towards the end of the book?
It's probably in the last half. Yeah, somewhere in there. And then it's the one where they like get reined in.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
get that
yeah, yeah.
far?
I
Yeah,
read
yeah.
that. She's like rubbing his thigh. I was like, girl, what are you doing? Like while he was sleeping, she's like rubbing his thigh. Also, he can't feel. Oh no, he was able to feel for the first time. Cause
Yeah.
yeah. Oh my God, imagine like your your dick being able to feel for the first time.
I mean, you kind of know how that is.
No, it's still different.
Yeah.
I maybe I
Well, it is different because he can feel pressure.
I can feel pressure.
You can. Okay.
I can feel all the insides.
Like if someone touched your thigh, could you feel the pressure of their finger?
If they held it there, yeah, for like 5 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is kind of similar.
So internally, I can feel everything.
Hmm.
Externally is spotty.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I miss my I'm gonna say this, please God, no family get this far or get this interested into this episode. But that's why I miss my clitoris. I have had to teach myself to get out the other way. The not as fun way.
So
I
if you wanted to know,
well, now you know.
now you know.
All right, Kelly's time. Kelly's corner. Kelly's corner. Share something.
Um, I don't
Kelly
know if
can
I
feel
want to share
everything.
information about my anatomy
Well,
today, but
well, I'm in a wheelchair. I'm paralyzed. That's why we're talking about it. It's not because I have some crazy disease or anything. Or what did he have? He had a
oh gosh. Um,
it
he had
was
a hereditary
uh,
autoimmune disease, but I forgot the
yeah.
name of it.
It was yeah, they threw around a lot of different
I feel like he
things.
had more than one thing going on though, because he did, yeah.
There was a lot of stuff thrown around on that. My favorite scene, well, of course, is that part. But I, whenever like she was like, I guess I'm gonna go video it, and he got that shit deleted. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great,
Oh my
like,
God. And the best part was when he confiscated her phone. Oh my God.
and he wouldn't let it close. And I was like, is he gonna watch it? Is he gonna watch it? Is he gonna
Yeah.
watch it?
Oh,
And he's
okay.
like, fuck. And I was like, yes.
And you read her text messages? My God. Did he ever admit to watching her video? Ooh, a
Mm-mm.
sneaky little,
Yeah.
it's so
And he's like,
hot.
I'm deleting this video for intellectual property reasons, except I don't want any man to ever watch her.
He sent the
You're
video.
mine.
He sent the video to his own personal phone.
Yes. And then he admits to watching it multiple times on his own time
A lot.
after that.
There was one time that he expressed watching it a lot. A
Okay.
lot, a lot.
I'm just going to put it out there that I have had some financial difficulties that have led me to look into things like this. And
Same.
and just out of curiosity, and like all of the feedback that I got for my reading is that you have to show your face in order for you to really make any real money. And I was like, not willing to do that. But if there is, I would maybe
Let me
consider
know.
doing it if it was like this, where you just didn't show your face.
Just bully on out. Oh God.
I would
Right up,
consider doing this.
right up your alley.
I okay. Also, the whole time I was like, why doesn't she have a sticky thing for her phone? She could just mount her phone underneath the desk. That's what I was thinking the whole
I
time.
mean,
I was like,
they were pretty up to date and high tech in this, so they should have
it
had
was supposed to
something.
take like it was modern day for sure. And I was like, why didn't she just
Let
sticky
me,
her phone to the underside of the desk? I feel like that would have been
I
way
feel,
easier than trying to masturbate while holding the phone.
I was really hoping that she was going to do that and then she was going to do it again, but she was going to do it in the library, like
Mm,
prop it up on the
mm,
shelf. That would have been great idea.
better idea. Yeah.
That's funny.
Anyway, I may have used this as inspiration to send a spicy video to someone after.
Oh, yay, we're saying something about Kelly now.
You know who you are.
Was it
I was
somewhere
like, I don't
public?
know what this person is doing right now. It is kind of the middle of the day, but I'm going to send it anyway. And they're like, I'm at a bar. I don't think I should watch this right now. I was like, yeah, probably not.